Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. This is Pastor Dow. I'm glad that you're able to tune into this particular video here this morning. What I want to do is I want to come in here and address a few things, especially some of the philosophies and the perspectives that many of you have come to embrace over the years. Some of you have very illogical, irrational, nonsensical viewpoints when it comes to the perspective of liberty and defense. I mean, you've been manipulated and trained inside these institutions that you've called churches and stuff, and you really truly are not students of the book for your own self. You have no clue whatsoever at all what is written in that book. And of course, when many of you come on here and you first listen to me and stuff, you get the shock of your life because you find out I'm not like the established pastors. If I said it once, I said it 1,000 times. Of course, many of you wouldn't know how many times I said it because you're just new listening. So that's why you need to do your due diligence, go back into the archives and find out what I'm about before you start, pouting off and spouting off what you call understanding based from your religious viewpoint. Now, hey, government has always used religion as a tool to control people. And you need to understand that in order to grasp what I'm saying. Now, I'm going to say something that's going to shock the living daylights out of many of you people out there because, I mean, your thoughts, your perspective, they're totally irrational. And I'm going to say it again and very nonsensical. But, Jesus is not going to come down out of the sky and he's not going to stop people from raping, robbing, murdering, and pillaging your family. You're not going to get on your knees. Now, you can try it. You can do it. You're not going to get on your knees and expect some angelic host to come through and just strike down those who mean to do evils to you and your family. That ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen at all. So you can pray all you want to, but you're not going to get the answer that you're expecting. You're just very irrational in your theories, your perspectives, your religion, and your thought. Because, that Bible says, David, the second king of Israel, David said that the Most High has made my hands for war. Now, many of you wouldn't understand that because your perspective and your viewpoints from the religion of Christianity has really tainted and really has messed up your mind because you won't do the due diligence and go back and see what that book really truly says. I don't understand why we have so much fight in us when it comes to someone saying and speaking something that is not familiar to our ears, but yet and still, this spirit of self-preservation is put down into every human being, including an animal. Now, the only way that spirit of self-preservation can be compromised is if your mind has been altered from the way that you have originally been created, and especially if you claim to be, quote unquote, born again. Because when you're born again, that self-preservation that's in your heart, that doesn't stop. As a matter of fact, it increases the more so. You even understand the more so. And it's amazing that, we claim to be a so-called quote-unquote Christian nation, but then you look at America. You look and see what it's doing. It's going around bombing the hell out of all these sovereign countries and stuff. It has not stopped in its conquest. Colonialism is just running rampant and wild. You can see that the powers that be is doing everything they can to make a run upon the Middle East and to make it totally under their control. You can see that. And if you can't see that, you blind in one eye and can't see out the other. But nevertheless, regardless, the bottom line is that unless you change your mind and your perspective to fit what that book says, you're going to be injured, you're going to be hurt, and many of you are going to perish because of the ignorance that you have because of the lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge will utterly destroy you. I mean, just literally destroy you. So don't expect that when people come down or some rapist or some robber or some thief or some murderer wants to come into your house and stuff, pray all you want. But the Most High has already given you the answer in the Bible. You better defend yourself. You better defend your property. You better defend your liberties. And you better learn what self-preservation is all about. He has made your hands for war. And if you don't have a sword, then you better go sell your coat. You better sell your car. You better sell whatever you got. And you better go buy one. Now the Messiah himself said that. But hey, once people get a crazy philosophy and perspective in their hearts and their minds, there ain't nothing nobody can do to remove it. I mean, God himself can't even remove a lie. Just because you believe something does not mean that it's true. That is the truth. I hope that some way, somehow, that me and you people can just literally wake up out of this stupor and just literally wake up out of this sleep that you're in. I mean, it's just remarkable and amazing what a religious spirit will do. I mean, the majority of people that I meet that are religious, they're so religious and they're so spiritual that there's no earthly good whatsoever at all. And that's the truth, and that's the truth straightway.